weeks came to you with gestational amenorrhea, 30-year-old at 34 weeks, gravida 2 para 1 with PV bleeding since 2 hours. So what is structure discussion है, स्टार्ट करें डॉक्टर सोनिया.
Hey, Assalamualaikum. I am Dr. Sonia. I have read the scenario and ready for the structure discussion. First of all, I will complete the missing biodata. Merits married since or married since LMP, then married since LMP. Then I will proceed. Then whether it is the first episode or previously she had same episode of bleeding, whether associated any pain, any pain associated with the PV bleeding, whether any history of the trauma is a history of the raised blood pressure, any history of any history of sign and symptom of the anemia like dizziness, dyspnea, weakness, and fatigue due to bleeding. I forget about the amount. What is the amount of the bleeding? Is she using pad or not? What is has she taken the folic acid in first 3 months? Has she any recent scan done or not? And any history of the drug intake like anticoagulant drug, warfarin and heparin. Any history of sugar, blood pressure, personal or family history of the sugar and sugar, blood pressure. Any surgical history, any history of the uterine surgery like myomectomy and DNCs. Any history of drug allergy. Any history of smoking, hookah, pan, cocaine.
Very good.
I have done with my
Very good. Doctor, your patient has, she's gravida 2 para 1, previous one cesarean section due to fetal distress after induction of labor. Okay. And bleeding. She has complaint of bleeding. Bleeding is bright red in color and since 2 hours. Okay. And the volume of the bleeding is decreasing now. So there is no associated backache or abdominal pain. Fetal movements are okay. Or all other, and she has similar episode of bleeding in 4th month of pregnancy. Okay, 4th month of pregnancy, which was resolved by itself. No history of hospital admission for this complaint. Other history is insignificant. Okay, and he say okay. What else? So positive points are previous one, fetal distress, bright red bleeding since 2 hours and amount is decreasing now, no pain, no backache, fetal movement is okay. Okay, and similar episode in the 4th month which was resolved by itself. So continue, doctor.
Now I want to examine my patient. First of all, I will do the general physical examination. I will check height and weight to calculate the BMI. Then I will check the BP, pulse, respiration. I will look for the pallar in the eyes and palmar creases and the oral cavity. I will palpate the thyroid. I will do the breast examination. Then I will do the perabdominal examination for height of fundus to rule out the IUGR. I will also palpate for lie of the fetus, amniotic fluid, plus lie of the fetus, amniotic fluid, and estimated fetal weight.
So doctor,
on per speculum examination, I will see I will look for any bleeding.
Okay, doctor. Is there any significance of presentation of fetus in case of APH?
Yes, ma'am.
Why?
Presentation, because if there is I haven't ultrasound, but if there is placenta previa, there may be the abnormal lie like transverse and oblique. They will reduce the height of fundus.
Wonderful answer. The question was that हाँ पर स्पेकुलम नहीं करना डॉक्टर, पर स्पेकुलम नहीं करना इस पेशेंट का. ओके, पर स्पेकुलम विल नॉट बी डन टिल द प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया इज रूल्ड आउट. अच्छा, मैं आपसे क्वेश्चन ये किया है. सो हम एग्जामिनेशन पे आते हैं. व्हाट इज़ योर प्रोविजनल डायग्नोसिस, पहले ये बताएं. What is your provisional diagnosis, doctor? This patient with APH.
Ma'am, my provisional diagnosis is APH placenta previa, low-lying placenta.
Acha, what else? What else? What else? What else?
What else?
Apart from the history, a patient came with APH. What are the different provisional diagnosis? Patient come.
Any cervical fibroid?
Okay. Okay. Continue. Very good. Very good. Continue. Yes. Clotting this.
So,
Yes.
close.
So provisional diagnosis with APH are placenta previa. Placental abruption was a previa ruptured uterus. It can be heavy bloody show, cervical polyps, vaginal and cervical varicosities. So what are the what are the history points pointing towards the placenta previa in your patient?
This patient is present with PV bleeding with no pain and no history of the raised blood pressure,
Okay.
no history of trauma.
Yes. What else? Good. Good. So previous uterine surgery one of the most important. सबसे पहले प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया का जो रिस्क फैक्टर है प्रीवियस सिजेरियन स्कार है ना, तो प्रीविया ठीक है, पेनलेस है, वेरी गुड. बाकी जो है ना प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया में जो व्हाट आर द डिफरेंशियल पॉइंट्स बिटवीन प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया एंड अब्रप्शन?
Placenta previa occur in the multiparity, age more than 40 years, and most previous history of the uterine surgery, like previous one or DMCs, any uterine surgeries.
Yes. Yes.
Previous history of previous history of placenta previa,
Yes.
painless bleeding,
Yes. Fetal. What
and
about the presentation? What about the presentation?
presentation maybe the transverse or cephalic breach, maybe breach.
Malpresentation.
Not
Right.
fetal.
Okay. What about the
Malpresentation.
what about the fetal heart sounds in previa? Yes, doctor. Normal fetal heart sounds and shock होगा but in proportion to blood loss. जितना blood loss होगा उसके लिहाज से shock या anemia होगा. This is the point for placenta previa. Now come to the placental abruption. So what are the differential points for placental abruption pointing towards placental abruption? History of trauma and hypertension. One. What else?
Sudden uterine decompression, like twin polyhydramnias, history of circumvallate placenta, abnormality in the placenta.
What else? Cocaine use.
History of smoking.
Okay. Abdominal pain and backache will be there. ठीक है. Uterine tenderness on examination. ठीक है. लेकिन uterine tenderness will not be present in placenta previa. But pain can be there. पेन कैन बी देयर अगर पेशेंट लेबर में हो. प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया लेबर में भी तो आ सकता है ना. सो पेन कैन बी देयर इन प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया बट नो यूट्राइन टेंडरनेस. ठीक है. प्रेजेंटेशन इन प्लेसेंटल अब्रप्शन आर नॉर्मल. मोस्टली नॉर्मल होती है बेबी की, फीटस की. फीटल हार्ट साउंड्स कैन बी नॉर्मल और एबनॉर्मल. और इसमें जो शॉक और एनीमिया होता है ना, आउट ऑफ प्रपोर्शन ऑफ ब्लड लॉस होता है अब्रप्शन में. अब्रप्शन में पेशेंट शॉक में ज़्यादातर होती है, ब्लड लॉस कम होता है. ठीक है. सो दीज वर द डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स. सो एग्जामिनेशन आपने किया डॉक्टर. इस पेशेंट कमिंग विद APH. सो जनरल फिजिकल एग्जामिनेशन में वाइटल्स में क्या देखेंगे आप? BP. ओके. पल्स देखना है तो पल्स में आपने क्या देखना है? BP एंड पल्स. वेरी गुड. पल्स में आप क्या देखेंगे? पल्स रेट एंड व्हाट एल्स? वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट वॉल्यूम. वॉल्यूम देखना है. वॉल्यूम बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है इसमें. ठीक हो गया. और ब्लीडिंग की पेशेंट्स में दो चीज़ें आपने मिस की हैं, वो क्या है जो देखनी है वाइटल्स के साथ? पेशेंट विद ब्लीडिंग APH. जी 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 डॉक्टर सोनिया जी। डॉक्टर इकरा अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ। इकरा आई एम आस्किंग, क्या पूछा था मैंने? जी, बीपी पल्स टेम्परेचर के अलावा दो और चीज़ें हैं जो इम्पोर्टेंट होती हैं इन द पेशेंट विद एपीएच, जो देखना चाहिए हमें। ऑक्सीजन।
मैम जनरल
जी जी
एग्जामिनेशन में।
यस यस।
यस
ऑक्सीजन।
मैम, ऑक्सीजन सैचुरेशन, टेम्परेचर,
व्हाट एल्स? यूरिन
यूरिन,
output.
यूरिन आउटपुट।
Yes, it is
यस
very
मैम।
important. BP,
यस मैम।
pulse rate, oxygen saturation and uterine carry, urine output. यूरिन आउटपुट भी आपने देखना है। आपको तो नहीं पता ना पेशेंट कह रही है इतना सा लॉस हुआ है, बट इट कैन बी मोर. So per abdominal examination your patient is vitally stable. Okay, 34 सेंटीमीटर की फंडल हाइट है. लाइकर इज एजुकेट. What you want to see on per abdominal examination?
Ma'am, on abdominal examination, on inspection, I will look for uterine distension, previous scar marks, any visible fetal movements, and hernial orifices. Then on palpation, will palpate for any uterine tenderness, and obstetrical examination for fundal height, lie, amount of liquor, estimated fetal weight, presentation, and fetal auscultate for fetal heart sounds.
Yes, 34 सेंटीमीटर की फंडल हाइट, नो टेंडरनेस. लाइकर एक चीज़ मिस की है आपने पर एब्डोमिनल, विच इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ओके, आपने बता दिया.
टेंडरनेस बताइए.
बता दिया स्कार टेंडरनेस. सी लाइकर इज एडिकेट, स्कार टेंडरनेस नॉट प्रेजेंट. फिटल हार्ट साउंड्स भी नॉर्मल है, 156 एंड 5/5 है. लॉन्गिट्यूडनल कफेलिक. एस्टिमेटेड फिटल वेट 2.8 kg. ओके, सो मूव टू द नेक्स्ट examination.
Yes, ma'am. On local examination, I will look for the pad for amount of bleeding, any clots, and the color and amount.
Very good. And any laceration भी आप देख सकते हैं. So bright red, yes, bright red color of bleeding on pad and mild amount. So what, summarize your case.
Okay. My patient Shazia, 30-year-old, gravida 2 para 1, with previous 1 cesarean section, at 34 weeks of gestation, presented with pervaginal bleeding from 2 hours, and on history, history points similar episode of bleeding
Yes,
in the at 4 months.
very good.
And on examination, she is vitally stable, except pallor is appreciated, and on per abdominal examination, and the frontal height is corresponding to the gestational age with no tenderness, adequate liquor, fetal heart sound is 156 and not engaged, and estimated fetal weight of 2.8 kg. And on per vaginal examination, patch is showing bright red color, moderate amount of bleeding.
Very good. So doctor, your patient is 30-year-old with gravida to para 1 at 34 weeks of pregnancy with previous 1 scar cesarean section due to fetal distress. Came with bleeding, complaint of bleeding since 2 hours. And अब आपने बताना है ब्लीडिंग इज़ अनप्रोवोक्ड. ये आपने हिस्ट्री पॉइंट्स मिस कर दिए थे ना, इसलिए आपको नहीं पता था. ब्लीडिंग इज़ अनप्रोवोक्ड, पेनलेस, ब्राइट रेड इन कलर, with she has history of similar episode in the second trimester of 4 month of pregnancy. आपको पता होना चाहिए which was stopped at its own without treatment. और जो भी हुआ आपने ये पूछना है. On examination, patient is vitally stable, conscious. Fundal height is 34 weeks. Single live cephalic fetus. Longitudinal lie with cephalic presentation with normal fetal heart sounds. ठीक है.
Okay.
ये आपने, दिस इज़ द समरी ऑफ योर केस. सो हाउ टू, क्वेश्चन इज डैट व्हाट आर द अल्ट्रासाउंड फाइंडिंग ऑफ प्लेसेंटा एक्रीटा स्पेक्ट्रम.
Okay, ma'am. These are on 2D grayscale, and few are on Doppler images. The grayscale are loss of subplacental clear zone, loss of bright bladder line, and myometrial thinning, and presence of abnormal placental lacunae or moth-eaten appearance, and presence of placental bulge or exophytic mass. Then the Doppler image finding are utrovesical hypervascularity, subplacental placental hypervascularity, bridging vessels, or feeding vessels. And on 3D ultrasound, intraplacental hypervascularity can also be visualized.
So what is the sensitivity of 2D grayscale?
Ma'am, sensitivity is 90% and specificity is 96%.
Okay, very good. So, doctor, do we rule out placenta previa or low-lying placenta in each and every patient on ultrasound or anomaly scan?
Ma'am, on anomaly scan, we usually do the ultrasound for placental localization. But if the placenta previa is there, then we will rule out placenta accreta spectrum.
Okay.
Especially in cases with previous cesarean sections.
What are the new definition of placenta previa?
Ma'am, placenta previa is when the placenta is covering the internal os, either partially or completely. It is called placenta previa.
Okay. What the other one?
Yes, ma'am. The low-lying and the other one is low-lying placenta, which is when the placenta is the lower edge of the placenta is present less than 2 centimeter of the lower uterine segment.
No, from
the internal os.
Yes,
From internal os. Less than 2 centimeter from internal os.
Yes. So when you find low-lying placenta on the anomaly scan, what will be your follow-up for this patient?
Yes, ma'am. In such case, we will counsel the patient that it is not the normal site for the placental implantation, but it will, in 90% of the cases, it will resolve and with the enlargement of the uterus and the growth of the baby. And so we will do the follow-up scan at 32 weeks. The preferred is transvaginal scan, and then at 36 weeks, we will again repeat for the confirmation of presence of low-lying placenta or the migration. That is, in further 50% of the cases, it will migrate upward.
Okay, doctor. If patient is asymptomatic, फिर आप थर्ड उसमें जाएंगे, otherwise you will not go. ठीक है? So doctor, so what is the role of, why we prefer transvaginal ultrasound than transabdominal ultrasound for localization of placenta previa?
Ma'am, because in 26 to 60% of cases, it will reclassify the position and the distance from the internal os. And it is more accurate and is safer, superior to transabdominal.
Why? Why accurate, doctor? Abdominal ultrasound में क्या मसला आता है? Transabdominal.
Ma'am, जो fat abdominal fat होते हैं and ma'am जो previous scar होता है that will interrupt.
No. Full bladder, full urinary bladder overlies the lower uterine segment, which gives the false impression of placenta overlying the cervix. Okay? Transabdominal ultrasound में ये प्रॉब्लम होता है, प्लस जो है ओबीज पेशेंट में हमें लोअर सेगमेंट वैसे ही नहीं नज़र आता. ठीक है? तो जो हमारा फुल ब्लैडर होता है, जो हम ट्रांस एब्डोमिनल में करते हैं, फुल ब्लैडर की वजह से फॉल्स इंप्रेशन ऑफ प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया आता है ओवरलाइंग द सर्विक्स. जी रिकॉर्डिंग हो रही है. सो डॉक्टर यू टोल्ड मी दैट द प्लेसेंट 90% केसेस में माइग्रेशन हो जाएगी. सो व्हाट इज माइग्रेशन? इज दिस इज ट्रू टर्मिनोलॉजी, माइग्रेशन ऑफ प्लेसेंटा?
Ma'am, the lower uterine segment actually grows, so the position of the placenta will change itself.
It means कि placenta will move upward. It will migrate.
No, ma'am. The lower uterine segment will move upward.
Lower uterine, no. Doctor, the terminology migration of placenta is a misnomer. Okay, as decidual invasion, जो डेसिडुअल इन्वेजन होती है, इट एंकर्स कोरियोनिक विलाए, वो तो मूव नहीं करेंगे ना. एज प्रेगनेंसी प्रोग्रेस, तो जब प्रेगनेंसी प्रोग्रेस होती है, द ग्रोथ ऑफ अपर यूट्राइन सेगमेंट एंड लोअर यूट्राइन सेगमेंट इज़ डिफरेंट. क्यों? ड्यू टू इंक्रीज ब्लड सप्लाई इन अपर सेगमेंट, इट ग्रोज मोर रैपिडली. सो द जो प्लेसेंटल ग्रोथ होती है, इट इज़ टूवर्ड्स द फंडस, more towards the fundus. Are you getting my point? So the terminology used for this mechanism is called trophotropism. Trophotropism. It means कि when the pregnancy is progressing, the upper uterine segment is growing more rapidly than the lower one due to more blood supply in the upper segment, and the placenta is growing towards the fundus. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
this is called trophism, in other words. So what are if I say that, what are the when placenta accreta spectrum, in which cases you will say that there is very much increase anterior placenta or posterior placenta for placenta accreta spectrum?
Ma'am, anterior placenta.
Anterior placenta. And another risk factor for the accreta is previous scar. Whenever you find that previous scar with anterior low-lying placenta or placenta previa, you should consider it as placenta accreta spectrum. ठीक है? Until proven otherwise. Suppose ultrasound is not available for a patient with a suspicion of placenta previa. What will be your approach to diagnose the placenta previa? जी, Dr. Uzma, I said that whenever you find a patient with previous scar with anterior low-lying placenta or placenta previa, okay, and you have no facility to confirm it with MRI, take it as placenta accreta until proven otherwise. And my question is that suppose ultrasound is not available for your patient with a suspicion of placenta previa, so how you will confirm? How you will come? You are sitting in a periphery and patient came with APH. You have a suspicion of placenta previa. How you will confirm it?
Ma'am, from the fetal malpresentation abdomen, we go for film examination.
जी Dr. Pinky. Double doctor setup. Very good, very good.
From film examination.
No.
Examination under anesthesia.
No. ये किसने लिखा था डबल सेटअप टेक्निक? जी, अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ जिसने भी लिखा था डबल सेटअप टेक्निक. जी सोनिया.
जी मैम.
जी कंटिन्यू.
Ma'am, if we don't know the actual localization of the placenta, there should be the two teams available. We should shift the patient to OT, and there should be the two teams available. One for the vaginal delivery, one for the vaginal examination, and other team ready for the cesarean section.
Wonderful.
Before that, all the preparation for the C-section should be there, all the stock should be there, and the person who is doing the patient should be in the lithotomy position, the senior obstetrician should be present, the senior anesthetic should be present, neonatologist should be present there, and the person doing the vaginal examination should introduce index finger to feel the spongy feeling between the head and the head of the baby and the placenta. If there is any spongy feel, it means it is placenta previa. So then I will go for the cesarean section if I feel any feeling of the placenta.
Wonderful. डॉक्टर ने बहुत अच्छा बताया है. इफ़ यू आर सिटिंग इन अ पेरिफेरी, ये तो मैंने सपोज किया है. इफ़ अल्ट्रासाउंड इज़ नॉट अवेलेबल एंड यू हैव टू डिसाइड फॉर द लोकलाइजेशन ऑफ प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया, कंफर्म करना है, तो दिस इज़ कॉल्ड डबल सेटअप टेक्निक. आपने इसमें क्या करना होता है? डबल सेटअप टेक्निक इज़ डैट डायग्नोसिस इज़ डन बाय डिजिटल सर्वाइकल एग्जामिनेशन इन ऑपरेशन थिएटर. एक मिनट डॉक्टर पिंकी, बाद में. Diagnosis is done by digital cervical examination in operation theatre with preparation of operative delivery, okay, in the presence of anesthetist and neonatologist. Or you must have two surgical teams, one for the abdominal delivery and one for the vaginal delivery, and you will do the per vaginal examination. आपने करना है जेंटल एग्जामिनेशन. क्या पल्पेट करना है? यू हैव टू पल्पेट द फॉर्नेक्स. आपने डायरेक्ट सर्विक्स में नहीं जाना. यू विल पल्पेट द फॉर्निक्स. अगर आपको बोगी सेंसेशन फील हो, इट मीन्स इट इज़ प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया. अब पूछें डॉक्टर पिंकी क्या कह रही हैं. वो डॉक्टर पेरीफ्री मैंने ऐसे ही बोला है. जो मेरा मेन फोकस था वो ये था, सपोज अल्ट्रासाउंड इज़ नॉट अवेलेबल फॉर अ पेशेंट विद सस्पिशन ऑफ प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया। ये पेरीफ्री मैंने खुद ही दरमियान में ऐड कर दिया, ठीक है। मतलब अब ये अल्ट्रासाउंड अवेलेबिलिटी पेरीफ्री मैंने खुद ऐड किया है। और हाँ, ये तो इसका आंसर यही है कि अल्ट्रासाउंड ना हो तो आपकी ये वाली अप्रोच होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। पेरीफ्री मैंने खुद ही ऐड कर दिया कि शायद पेरीफ्री में ऐसा होगा, बट वहाँ तो बाकी चीज़ें भी नहीं होंगी। सो इफ़ योर पेशेंट कम, द सेम पेशेंट कमिंग इन एज योर पेशेंट इज़ कमिंग एट 34 वीक्स विद APH, सो व्हाट विल बी योर मैनेजमेंट प्लान फॉर दिस पेशेंट। कौन कर रहा था जी, कंटिन्यू कौन करेगा आप आगे? मैनेजमेंट प्लान। मैनेज योर पेशेंट। कज आवाज़ नहीं आ रही क्या? 34 वीक्स विद प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया, नो टेक्रीटा।
मैं नहीं करूँगी
जी
डॉक्टर।
जी डॉक्टर स्टार्ट करें।
हाँ, counsel episodes of the bleeding, placental abrupt preterm labor, and the risk of heavy bleeding and blood transfusion. And also there is a risk of maternal mortality, and in baby there is a early delivery, fetal growth restriction and presentation, and baby death or anemia. After in case of the heavy bleeding, I admit the patient. Also optimize her hemoglobin up to 11 gram per deciliter. Meanwhile, there is a fetal-maternal surveillance by doing the CTG, and for mother checking the vitals, and we go for checking the tenderness and uterine contraction, and also apply pads for the. And meanwhile, we cross match the blood. If transfusion, and plan for delivery at 35 to 36 weeks, and meanwhile also give the steroid, and proper WHO safety checklist, take a high risk informed consent for the if patient is stabilized.
डॉक्टर पी
अगर मैम इसका घर ज्यादा दूर हुआ
जी 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 बताएं बताएं जी डॉक्टर बताएं, बोलें। विल यू एडमिट योर पेशेंट एट 34 वीक्स टिल द डिलीवरी, or you will
Ma'am,
discharge?
it will be depend upon the patient. It can be given the inpatient and outpatient management. It
Okay.
depend upon the criteria for the home.
अच्छा,
If the patient has a distance of 10 to 15 minutes and transport available all the time and companion available all the time to bring the patient in case of the emergency,
yes,
and in case of the emergency, and patient is educated to understand red flag signs,
very good.
then we will discharge the patient at the 34 week, and with the red flag sign, if patient feel any pain, bleeding, discharge, she has to come to hospital immediately, and we will give some advice to the patient, restricted mobility at the home, and restricted mobility, and we will do the antenatal visit after the 1 week.
Very
After
good,
the 1
very
week,
good,
we'll
very
ask the patient about the bleeding.
So you
fetal
will, डॉक्टर you will डिस्चार्ज का क्राइटेरिया कितनी देर तक ब्लीडिंग रुक जाए आप डिस्चार्ज कर देंगे? जी डॉक्टर रेखा।
मैम स्टेबलाइज करेंगे एटलीस्ट 24 आवर। अगर पेशेंट को ब्लीडिंग नहीं हो रही है तो उसके बाद हम पेशेंट डीसी कर देते हैं।
यू विल डिस्चार्ज द पेशेंट। अच्छा, इन पेशेंट में स्टेरॉइड कवर इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टिल 35 प्लस 5 वीक्स तक आपने लाजमी दे देना।
दे दिया था
जी हाँ, वो उन्होंने दे दिया था। मैं इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है इसलिए रिवाइज कर रही हूँ। अगर ब्लीडिंग स्टॉप हो जाती है यू विल डिस्चार्ज इफ़ द पेशेंट इज़ फुलफिलिंग द सेफ होम क्राइटेरिया, और विद 24 आवर्स ट्रांसपोर्ट इज़ अवेलेबल। आपने बिल्कुल सही बताया है। और पेशेंट कैन कम हॉस्पिटल एट एनी टाइम एंड यू विल एडवाइज हर रेस्ट and you will tell her about the risk of recurrence and advise her abstinence from intercourse. So is there any role of cervical cerclage in placenta previa? जी डॉक्टर रेखा। No. जी.
No, ma'am.
No role if I say that
No.
there is cervical length of 2 centimeter at 18 weeks with low laying placenta. What will you do?
Ma'am, we will advise the patient the complete bed rest. And
cervical length is
we
short,
can
doctor.
advise the psychologist specific to the patient.
Doctor, cervical length is short at 18 weeks.
At 18 weeks, ma'am?
Yes, at 18 weeks with low lying placenta. Yes, लो लाइंग प्लेसेंटा 18 वीक्स पे है. आप उसको सर्कलाज एडवाइस करेंगे या नहीं करेंगे?
हम एडवाइस करेंगे विद टेलिंग द अबाउट द रिस्क फैक्टर्स.
Yes, cervical cerclage will be advised in case of short cervical length. ठीक है. Low lying placenta is not a contraindication for cerclage. ठीक है. But no cerclage is applied to prolong the pregnancy in case of previa. Getting my point? Very important point. Low lying placenta is not a contraindication to cervical cerclage, but no cerclage is applied in case of placenta previa to prolong the pregnancy. Okay. So, is there any role of tocolysis in placenta previa with suspected preterm labor? जी डॉक्टर ताबिंदा. Role of tocolysis in
the role of tocolysis is only to buy the time for corticosteroid completion to complete the course of corticosteroid, not more than this.
Okay, not more than this. So if I say that there is a patient came in, if the delivery is imminent and patient is coming with heavy bleeding, so you will tocolyze your patient for steroid cover.
If the patient is bleeding heavily and unstable, so I will not tocolyze that patient. I will give only the first dose of steroid and then manage accordingly.
So what is the reason to avoid the tocolysis? What is the reason? If the patient is stable, but
as the patient is heavy bleeding and is not vitally stable, so there will be no role of tocolysis. And if we are tocolyze that patient, so there will be the side effect like hypotension, and it will also deteriorate the condition of this patient.
Yes, very good. Very good. The reason to avoid the tocolysis is hypotension and tachycardia, which is the side effect of tocolytic drugs, which will mask the maternal compromise in case of bleeding. So most of the literature advise against tocolysis. ठीक है? But it can be given for 48 hours for steroid cover by some literature. Okay, if the patient is stable and delivery is not imminent. ठीक है. So in case of APH, when you have to deliver the patient, in case of APH you have to terminate the pregnancy. What are the indications? Jeeta Binda.
If the patient is hemodynamically unstable, heavily bleeding, and there is a fetal compromise, and there is a suspicion of DIC, and then we have to terminate this pregnancy.
Other obstetrical indications. So you are going to perform a cesarean section for this patient at when will you deliver your patient? When
36 to 37 weeks.
No, this is not asymptomatic previa.
If the patient is symptomatic, then we can deliver at 35 to 36 weeks after the course of steroid.
हिस्ट्री ऑफ ब्लीडिंग है ना, सिम्टोमेटिक है तो वो तो आपने सिम्टम कंट्रोल करने ना, तो उसको तो उसी टाइम करना है अगर नहीं कंट्रोल हो रहे. ओके, इफ हिस्ट्री ऑफ ब्लीडिंग इन प्रीविया यू विल डिलीवर इट एट 34 to 36 plus 6 weeks. Okay, so what will be your mode of delivery?
So the mode of delivery would be the cesarean section, and the cesarean section will be under the team of MDT care doctors by senior obstetrician, cesarean anesthetic, and a neonatologist, and a specialized nurse, midwife, and a blood bank. And should I tell how to do the cesarean?
Yes. So tell me the procedure.
After taking consent from the patient, telling the patient about the risk and benefit of the cesarean section, and the benefit would be that it would be the safe delivery, and the risk would be that there are the chances of the pain, bleeding, and infection, and the bleeding would be more, and there are the chances of the hysterectomy, need of blood transfusion, and need of HTU care. So after taking the consent, I will shift the patient to the operation theater, WHO surgical checklist, and general anesthesia would be the beneficial, as this procedure may take longer time, and
general anesthesia is not beneficial. Regional anesthesia is preferred. This is the question. रीजनल एनेस्थीसिया के साथ रिस्क ऑफ हेमरेज कम होता है, सो यू हैव टू टेक द कंसेंट फॉर फ्रॉम द पेशेंट that it can be converted to GA if required. Okay, so regional anesthesia is safe. It is associated with low risk of hemorrhage. Then आपका पेशेंट तो डिस्चार्ज होकर स्टेबल हो गया ना, अब हम इसकी डिलीवर कर रहे हैं, सिजेरियन कर रहे हैं जी. कंटिन्यू करें तविंदा.
अभी डिस्चार्ज होके ओके. आफ्टर क्लीन रैप आई विल ओपन द पेशेंट बाय फिनेस्टियल इncision, and then after safe entry to the abdomen, reflecting the bladder downward at the uterovesical fold, then I will assess the type of incision should I take in on the uterus. If the placenta is low lying and the vessels are prominent on the lower segment, then I can take the vertical incision and vertical incision.
Tabinda, 1 minute.
Hello.
Tabinda, which type of incision? Why you have preferred fenestrial incision over the skin? Can it be a vertical incision?
Yes, I don't know.
Anyone, please?
I think yes. It depends upon the previous cesarean sections. If the previous cesarean section would be the fenestrial, so I can go with the fenestrial incision.
No, doctor, skin incision जो कि preferred होता है in these case, प्रीविया के केस में, this is the previous one scar. Okay, there is high suspicion of accreta या increta. Okay, so always placenta previa में skin incision vertical दें. Preferred incision is vertical skin incision, as in case of hemorrhage हमारा exposure अच्छा होगा for TH or for the other procedures. Okay, vertical skin incision is preferred in order to for better exposure for TH and other procedures. Okay, बाकी लोग म्यूट कर लें प्लीज. शोर किसकी साइड से आ रहा है जी? प्रोसीड. नो यू हैव ओपनड द. आप लोगों को आवाज़ नहीं आ रही? तबिंदा, आपकी तरफ से जब मैं बोलूँ ना तो आप म्यूट कर लें. मैं दोबारा बता रही हूँ. Vertical skin incision is preferred in case of previa, as why इसलिए कि because the exposure is better in case of longitudinal vertical skin incision, and we have better exposure if TH is required or other surgical procedures for stopping the bleeding. Okay, so doctor, you have opened the abdomen. अब uterus सामने आ गया है. So what precautions, what will you see on the uterus in case of previa?
Okay, first after entering the abdomen, I will inspect the uterus and the adjacent structure. Then I will see the is there any tortuous vessels in the lower segment. I reflect back the bladder, and if there are if I can see the tortuous vessel and on the placenta in the lower segment, then I will take the vertical incision on the uterus and open the uterus, and then deliver the baby. And after delivering of the baby, I will clamp the cord.
डॉक्टर, एक मिनट. ताबिंदा, मेरी क्वेश्चन सुने, म्यूट करें. इफ़ यू फाइंड दैट देयर आर tortuous vessel, what will be your next step?
if I find my there are tortoise vessel, then I will call for
the lower
help
segment.
and call the senior obstetrician and senior obstetrician, and I'll ensure that senior anesthetic doctor would be there, and I will also ensure the arrangement of the blood and blood products are
वो तो
there,
आपने पहले
and
करना
the
है.
need for the surgical need for the interventions like uterine artery
Okay.
ligation.
डॉक्टर सही
I
है.
will reassure
So,
about that,
एक मिनट.
and the
डॉक्टर प्रविंदर,
arrangement of the balloon tamponade and the periphery, and I see so many tortoise vessels. Then I close the abdomen and send the patient to the tertiary care
very good,
hospital.
very good. Now proceed. What will be your uterine incision?
What would be my incision would be the vertical incision, and then I deliver the baby, and then I will cut the cord, and I'll see that whether the placenta is delivering or not, or the patient
no.
is bleeding,
No,
or
how,
this patient
doctor,
is
wait, how you will deliver the baby? How you will deliver the baby?
how I will deliver it. If the if the patient is placenta previa, and the presentation of the baby is other than cephalic, then I'll do the breech extraction.
No, you will give the incision on the uterus, extend it by your fingers, okay? Blunt dissection करेंगे, and then you will go by the side of placenta. You will go from the side of placenta, and then you will rupture the membranes and deliver the baby, okay? Then if you have found that you have transected the placenta, what will be your approach? ब्रीच एक्सट्रैक्शन करनी है बेबी की, ठीक है?
Breech extraction. And if I transect the placenta, then yeah, I'll do the breech extraction. And
नो प्लेसेंटा ट्रांसेक्शन की बात नहीं करी मैं, नॉर्मली कर रही हूँ कि जब आपने बेबी निकालना है तो निक ऑन द यूट्रस देना है, एक्सटेंडेड बाय द डिलीवरी फिंगर्स, गोज फ्रॉम द साइड ऑफ प्लेसेंटा, म्यूट कर लें, ठीक है, एंड देन रप्चर द मेम्ब्रेन, डिलीवर द बेबी बाय breech extraction. Now my next question is, you have transected the placenta, what will be your approach?
So I will immediately cut the clamp the cord and cut it, and I will
expedite the delivery
I will
of
try
baby.
to I will try to sorry.
I will expedite the delivery of baby. Clamp and expedite. This is the answer. So if your patient, okay, if your patient went into PPH, what will be your approach? PPH.
PPH, yeah, means the abdomen is closed.
No, this same patient. Same patient. You
Okay.
are.
Okay. So if the patient, my patient started bleeding heavily, so I will inform the anesthetic. So anesthetic will start resuscitating the patient, maintain the double IV line, and start giving the crystalloid as well, followed by the colloid, as well as bolus dose of syntocinon, followed by the dose of ergometry and so syntocinon infusion. And then I will see that from where the patient is bleeding. If patient is bleeding from the placenta, I'll try to deliver the deliver the placenta and deliver the placenta, and that's it. And see that whether it is accreta or not, and if the placenta it is placenta accreta, then
doctor, 1 minute. Placenta has been removed and placental bed is bleeding, okay, with atony, okay, placental bed is bleeding with also with atony. Yes. So what type of sutures you will take on the placental bed?
I will, if the placental bed is bleeding, so I will ensure the site of the bleeding, and I will take the mattress sutures on the bed of the placenta, as small brace sutures.
No.
I don't.
फिगर ऑफ 8 के लेते हैं ना आप, इसमें फिगर ऑफ 8 के लेते हैं।
Figure
ठीक
of
है,
8 mattress. I
फिगर ऑफ
told him.
8 which suture you will use, which type of
Sorry.
suture material you will use.
Vicryl. It would be the Vicryl one.
Preferred suture is catgut 0. Okay, preferred one is catgut 0. Okay, so proceed.
डॉक्टर फाइजा, अब कैटगट कहाँ यूज होता है?
Catgut or Vicryl, preferred one is catgut.
अच्छा, ठीक है.
Yes.
Okay.
So proceed please.
Okay, so after taking the suture, I will ensure the patient is bleeding or not. I will ensure the transfusion of the blood and blood products, as well as if the patient is also still bleeding, so I will proceed towards the insertion of the balloon tamponade.
Okay, what else? You
Is
can
it?
go. Yes, I do.
Balloon tamponade, and then after inserting the balloon tamponade, I will ask my assistant to see whether still the patient is bleeding or not from vagina, and if the balloon tamponade also failed, then I will proceed towards the brace suture and followed by the uterine artery ligation. And if I feel that patient is not getting stable and deteriorating, then I will with the liaison with the two consultant, we can proceed to the hysterectomy, cesarean hysterectomy.
Very good. So doctors, if the placental bed is bleeding with poor contraction, mute कर लें ताबिंदा. So you will first of all call for help. एंड अब आपने क्या करना है, सुचर लगाने हैं फिगर ऑफ 8 के विद कैटगट 0 और वाइक्रल. ओके, देन फर्स्ट स्टेप विल बी कॉल फॉर हेल्प, देन यूट्रोटॉनिक्स एंड बाय मैनुअल कंप्रेशन कैन बी गिवन क्योंकि एटोनी भी है. एंड इंटरप्टेड सुचर्स, ये जो आपने लगाने हैं ये भी लगा सकते हैं एट 1 सेंटीमीटर टू फॉर्म सर्कल अराउंड द ब्लीडिंग पॉइंट. ये भी एक सुचर्स है, इंटरप्टेड सुचर्स एट 1 सेंटीमीटर इंटरवल टू फॉर्म सर्कल अराउंड द ब्लीडिंग पॉइंट्स. अदर ऑप्शंस अभी भी नहीं रुकी. कंप्रेशन सुचर्स बील इंच कैन बी अप्लाइड. द अदर वन इज़ हॉट पैक भी यूज़ करना है. देन नेक्स्ट स्टेप विल बी इंट्रा यूट्राइन बैलून टाम्पोनाड. उसका सक्सेस रेट कल आपको मैंने बताया 75 से 88% है. देन मूव टू द नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन कैन बी इंटरवेंशनल रेडियोलॉजिस्ट के लेजॉन करना है और यूट्राइन आर्टरी एम्बोलाइजेशन भी की जा सकती है इफ़ अवेलेबल फैसिलिटीज़ की अवेलेबल है. नेक्स्ट विल बी यूट्राइन आर्टरी लाइगेशन, इंटरनल इलियक लाइगेशन, बट I will be vigilant if the patient is deteriorating at any step. I will recourse to hysterectomy with discussion with two consultant. Okay, so very good. ताबिंदा अच्छा प्रेजेंट किया जी गर्ल्स. आई थिंक आज सही हो गया, सिग्नल्स भी सही थे तो ठीक है. क्लास करवा लिए थे. बता द प्रोटोकॉल्स फॉर प्लेसेंटा प्रीविया फॉर मॉर्बिड एडहेरेंट प्लेसेंटा. प्रोटोकॉल ऑफ मॉर्बिड एडहेरेंट प्लेसेंटा, इसमें हमने यही कहा था कि एंटीनेटल स्कैन होना चाहिए. एंटीनेटल स्कैन अकॉर्डिंग टू द हॉस्पिटल. एंटीनेटल डिलीवरी प्लान उसे पहले ही देना है एंड डॉक्यूमेंट इट विद काउंसलिंग ऑफ नीड ऑफ ब्लड ट्रांसफ्यूजन एंड 6 बंडल केयर इसमें फिर ऐड हो जाएंगे बिफोर सर्जरी. ठीक हो गया. ये हमारा मॉर्बिड एडहेरेंट प्लेसेंटा का. और क्वेश्चन आपको मैंने बताया था कि ब्लीडिंग आपकी अगर नहीं है तो आपने इसे डिलीवर करना है 34 से 36+6 पे ब्लीडिंग के साथ. हिस्ट्री ऑफ ब्लीडिंग इन प्रीविया. एसिम्टोमेटिक है प्रीविया तो यू विल डिलीवर एट 36 से 37. एक्रीटा है तो 35 से 36+6. वाजा प्रीविया को 34 से 36 पे आपने डिलीवर कर देना है. 2D ग्रे स्केल ये बहुत ज़्यादा पूछते हैं और वो आपने बता दिया था. एंड MRI फाइंडिंग्स भी एक्रीटा की आपको आनी चाहिए. MRI और TVS की सेम एक्यूरेसी है, कोई भी प्रेफर नहीं है. लेकिन अगर TVS पे नहीं समझ आ रही तो फिर लेटरल एक्सटेंशन या मायोमेट्रियल इन्वेजन देखने के लिए आप MRI कर सकते हैं, जिस पे आपको क्या मिलेगा, यूट्राइन बल्जिंग, डार्क इंट्राप्लेसेंटल बैंड्स ऑन T2 वेट इमेजिंग, हेट्रोजीनस इंटेंसिटी इन प्लेसेंटा. What else? And disruption of uteroplacental zone. Okay, so I think everything covered. Challenging. Thank you very much.